Come on. Jesus Christ. Well, hi everybody, this is Tim Bost, and welcome to our very private webinar here. I'm very, very appreciative that you are all able to join us today because it's kind of an experiment. We're talking about some information that's not publicly available yet, and we're also experimenting here with some of the webinar technology. The webinar service that I've been using for some time has recently added some connections with the Google facilities. So you may see on your screen somewhere this is a Google Hangout or something of that sort. But We're experimenting with this in order to try to make our webinar experiences a little bit more interactive, and I hope that we'll be able to do that. You should see somewhere on the right side of your screen, I think it's on the right side, a panel where you can type in questions. Feel free to do so at any time if anything is not clear, and what we'll do is simply try to keep that going that way. With your questions as you submit them. Let's see here if I can manipulate this myself here. I'm not, looks like I should be able to see the question panel, but I'm not sure that I'm seeing it. Okay. At any rate, we'll try our best to answer questions as they occur. I'm seeing right now a list of attendees, and the people are coming in here. That's fine. I'm not seeing the question panel. So at any rate, what we're doing here is trying to work with these facilities as best we can here. Hopefully we'll get your questions through as you ask them, because that's one of the key things that we wanted to include here with this session. At any rate, welcome again. We're calling this a backroom conversation because we're talking here about some factors that apply to what we would call the inner workings of what we're doing here at financialcyclesweekly.com, and we have a lot of action going on here, and we appreciate your taking time to connect, and appreciate very, very much those of you who have submitted suggestions and questions and things over the past few weeks. We've been doing a lot to try to revise and expand our facilities here with Financial Cycles Weekly, so that we can get a better picture of what's going on with the whole program. So as we work with this, then what we're trying to do is share some ideas with you, and I'm still futzing around here with some of the technology involved, so pardon me if we get too distracted. In putting this together for today, it occurred to me that there is an old adage that there are two things that you don't want to know about, at least in polite company. And so that came to mind as I was preparing this information here. And so I wanted to share that at least. They say, first of all, you don't want to know how sausage gets made. And then secondly, you don't want to find out how laws actually get passed. These are both very nauseating processes, I guess is the best way to describe them. So we have that challenge there as well. And the fact is, though, that even though there are some things that we prefer to keep very private, there are some things that are useful to know about, and some behind-the-scenes processes that actually does pay off if you find out about them. And so that's one of the things that we're concerned with here today. For example, if you were in Los Altos, California, back in 1976, you probably would not have been aware of what was going on behind this closed garage door of this suburban residence there in Los Altos at that time. But that was a very, very significant closed door to get behind at that particular time. So that's why we're calling this kind of a backdoor or backroom conversation, or a closed door session, a private webinar here, because it's like we were behind the scenes there in Los Altos in 1976. And of course, what was going on there was two friends, both named Steve, Steve Wozniak and Steve Jobs, were getting together. They had been friends for about 5 years in 1976, and they began making Apple computers. And in fact, Steve's parents' garage was their company headquarters for 1976 and 1977 as they began their manufacturing operations. So this was really one of those closed scenes that it really paid off to know about ahead of time. And it's kind of interesting to imagine if we had known them at that time and been able to connect with what they were doing at that point, where would we be today? When you can connect with any new project from its beginning, the opportunities can truly be incredible, and that certainly was the case with Apple Computer. But to get in early, you sometimes need to be able to peek behind those closed doors, to get inside the garage or into the back room, and find out how things really work on the inside. That's one of the things that we were talking about here. One of the things we want to share about what we do on the inside with this webinar today is how we develop and present information products. And they're all aimed, of course, at generating better results for astro trading, or giving you the tools that you can use to advance your engagement with the markets and with financial astrology. Now, let me confess here that this is not the only thing that I do. There are lots of things that I participate in here in my daily work. I do a regular market analysis and prepare forecasts. A lot of that goes into the weekly newsletter that I edit, Financial Cycles Weekly. I provide advanced services and training programs for the students that we have here, and for our members in some of our membership programs here at Financial Cycles Weekly as well. I do lectures and guest webinars. In fact, I'm scheduled the day after tomorrow, on Saturday, to be speaking at the Mayo School of Astrology is having a financial astrology conference online, and I'll be joining other speakers there, including Ray Merriman and Bill Meridian and Georgia Stathis and Christine Skinner and Grace Morris, I think, are the others on the program there for that day-long event. That's an online thing there. So sometimes I'm doing guest webinars. I regularly do guest webinars for Traders World magazine and for a number of other outlets as well. In addition to live lectures from time to time. I'm also involved in writing and publishing books and ebooks. I do consultations with businesses and with individuals. There's a lot of one-on-one coaching work that I do with astro traders, and also mentoring sessions as well. And then finally, I'm involved in developing and presenting new programs. Now, with each of these activities, there's a certain focus that I participate in on a day-to-day basis and on a week-to-week basis. As I say, the first three items, the market analysis and forecasting and editing the weekly newsletter, this is what goes into the Financial Cycles Weekly newsletter that we distribute around the world via email each week at the beginning of each trading week. With the Financial Cycles Weekly newsletter, the subscription for that is $1 a month or $499 a year. And for the subscribers to that letter, one of the things that we do is not only include an analysis of the market trends in general, but we have a feature called Stocks to Watch. So we name the specific stocks that are the most likely to be impacted by astrological factors during the course of the coming trading week. And we kind of alert them to those stocks. Now, in addition to that, we have a Gold Plus Elite membership program. These members pay $257 a month, or a little over $3,000 a year, and you add up all the monthly dues for that program. And what they do is get weekly conference calls that give them extra insights into what's going on. And what we're doing there essentially is taking those stocks to watch and suggesting strategies for trading them on a week-to-week basis so that they can profit from the research that we're doing. So this is an inner group of active members. These weekly market services are all designed, including the research that goes into it and the presentation in the newsletter, and of course the weekly conference calls with our Gold Plus Elite members, are all designed to help active traders in the equities markets, so traders with stocks, to get the most that they can from the astro trading advantage. So what we're doing there is really trying to guide traders specifically with these particular services. Now, in addition to that, As I mentioned, we have the lectures and the webinars and the writing and publishing. This is designed to approach a slightly different audience. These guest appearances and included with this would be the blog posts that we put up from time to time, and of course YouTube videos. A number of you have mentioned some of the various things that you've used to connect with us here. These are all designed really to introduce newcomers to financial astrology, to the real power that's behind the astro trading advantage. A lot of people are curious about this but have not experienced it firsthand, so we do a lot of work to introduce people to this arena in the hopes that they'll be able to put it to work for themselves and profit from it. Then I also mentioned that we do consultations, and a good bit of each week is concerned with these one-on-one consultations. I do some work with businesses with their planning and marketing, as well as things from an astrological perspective in terms of their overall business development. I work with individuals with one-on-one coaching with traders, and do consultations with individuals about personal matters, and provide mentoring sessions as well. These one-on-one sessions are all designed to maximize the opportunities that individuals have, and to provide the kind of fine-tuning and reinforcement that it takes to create the results on a long-term basis. In other words, one of the big challenges that a lot of individuals face is that they get interested in applying these tools and then kind of run out of steam before they can get results. And it takes a certain amount of stick-to-itiveness in order to get the results. These sessions are all based typically on the $1,500 an hour fee that I charge. Sometimes if individuals are involved in programs on an ongoing basis, then what happens is that we get an extension there, and they will work out a package deal kind of thing. But basically, that's the rate for that. So we have these various services that apply to different audiences, and then there's this whole question of developing and presenting new programs, and that's really what I wanted to focus on here with you today as we talk about these various activities that we're engaged with. And this is where I've really learned to rely on the feedback that I get from you as individuals. And the more that you share information with me about the products and services that we're developing, and the more you share with me about your own individual situations, the better prepared I can be in terms of connecting with you and delivering things that will be of service to you. And it says here's what you've been telling me with 3 L's in it. I don't know why we got that, other than a misspelling. But here are some of the direct quotations from some of the responses that we've gotten recently from emails and survey responses, and some of the phone conversations I've had with you. I'm afraid that if I trade with astrology, I'll lose too much money in the markets. This seems to be a fairly common concern that individuals have. I need to know exactly when I should be buying and selling. Regardless of what market people are involved in, this is a common question there as well. I want to have a secure financial future, so I won't have to worry, and I can sleep at night, not worrying about my money situation. I know astrology does work in the markets. I'll make stupid mistakes. This, again, seems to be a very common concern with a lot of astro traders, especially those who are newer to the markets and to astro trading, that they won't get it right, that they'll make mistakes that will cost them money, or that won't open up opportunities for them in the way that they would like to have. And then I'm not sure if I'm cut out to be a trader in the first place, or if I should just concentrate on investing instead. Again, this is a fairly common concern for those who are not actively trading already. Trading can be a very daunting proposition, and certainly not everybody is cut out to be a trader. That's one of the reasons we developed our course on how to find the money in your horoscope, to help individuals determine what's right for them in terms of financial activities, whether or not they're engaged in trading. I need reliable ways to reduce my risk. This goes hand in hand with the fear of losing money in the markets. If we can reduce the risk that we're exposed to in any market situation, then we're far more likely to bring home money at the end of the day. And this is one of the things that we have focused on from time to time. So this is why I created this free training that we put out, I think last week, on why financial astrology doesn't always work. If you haven't had a chance to view that video, I recommend it highly, because a lot of these questions are dealt with there in a fairly direct way. But what it is also revealed is that there's a lot more to all of this. And as I've continued to have contact with you, I've gotten more and more concerned that we need to be doing things in a more comprehensive way in order to give you the kind of support that's needed to actually ensure your success financially in general, and in the markets in specific. And so this is also why I've decided to launch it's really got me excited, because it's a completely new program that will be starting up on the 16th of June. And I say this has gotten me excited because it's really quite different in many respects from anything that we've done before. And as I've spent a lot of time with a number of you and talked about your concerns about the markets, and gotten emails and gone back and forth to try to get a clearer picture of what you're struggling with, what I've concluded is that we need to be looking at different directions here. And in fact, your comments that you've made, the questions you've asked, the suggestions that you've given me have all been a really big help to me at a number of levels. First of all, obviously, they've not only helped me get to know you better as individuals, and helped me to understand more about what you're looking for in aggregates, and having connected with a number of you at this point. What's happened is that these connections have also inspired me to think I put a lot of effort into this. We're going to call this new program Project Regulus. Project Regulus, named after the star Regulus. It's called one of the fixed stars, so to speak, because it's not one of the movable planets in the ancient parlance. And it is the heart of the lion in mythology, because it's the star, one of the critical ones in the constellation of Leo. And so we are naming this project after that royal star, so to speak, to give us an inspiration to stretch a little bit here. Now, with Project Regulus, what we're trying to do is to provide 4 key ingredients that I think are absolutely essential to your success if you're involved in the markets at all. And in a more general sense as well, I think they're important. First of all, a sense of perspective is very, very important. It's critical to know what you're doing and for what reasons. Secondly, there's the simple matter of know-how, and this answers that concern that a lot of you have expressed about what am I doing and what circumstances in the market, how does all this stuff actually work. Then there's the question of certainty, of knowing that the tools and techniques that we have will actually work. And then finally, I'm calling this consistency. I started to call it discipline, but that sounds a little bit demanding here. Basically, the question is, can we follow through with what we say we're going to do and actually bring in the results or not? So if we have all 4 of these things in place, then we amplify our chances of success in the markets enormously. Now, with perspective, there are a number of kinds of questions that we are concerned with answering with this new program we're calling Project Regulus. The first is, how do I know exactly what's right for me? How can astrology help me figure out my long-term financial goals, move me toward those goals, and at the same time keep me prosperous day by day as I kind of stretch toward longer horizons here? Should I be trading or investing or both? And that's one of the key questions here. What particular markets are best for me in my trading? And then how can I best tap into the personal cycles that I have that influence the money in my life? With know-how, we're concerned with the whole matter of how we use the planets in trading. We want to answer questions like, how can I tell when a trend will turn? And how, obviously, we want to know that ahead of time, in advance. How can I get relevant trading information from looking at an astrological chart? And then when I'm combining the knowledge of planetary factors, how do I do that if I'm trying to combine that with technical analysis and more conventional kinds of market analysis? How can we use harmonics to add to the profits in our trading situation? How can I make sense out of seemingly contradictory astrological indicators? This is one of the big challenges that we face in financial astrology. Sometimes the indicators tell us contradictory things, and we need to be able to figure all that out. This is all a part of the know-how that this new program is designed to provide. Then when the question of certainty comes up, we're looking at really this core question of not losing money. How can I keep from losing all my money if I get involved in the markets? If I can be more certain about that, then I can certainly be engaged in the markets in a more profitable way. And that's one of the critical things that we're looking at. How do I know if I'm doing the right thing at the right time? This is a core question about certainty in general. How can I determine which astrological factors are the most important in any given trade that I'm looking at? Again, this question of sometimes contradictory indicators, but really we can kind of get led astray if we're not paying attention to the right indicators at the right time. What can I learn from back testing the planetary influences on the markets? We do a lot of this here at Financial Cycles Weekly. We look at these various factors at work, and we do a tremendous amount of back testing in terms of underwriting and supporting the forecasting that we're doing as well. So this is a very important consideration here as well. What can I learn from backtesting, and then how do I know when's the best time to exit a trade is also one of those core questions that comes up. When we want to be more certain, we need to know when to get into a trade and then when to get out of it as well. And then finally, the consistency question. As I say, sometimes this amounts to personal discipline, but we're really concerned here is how can I make sure that I'm using the right trading plan? In other words, if I'm going to be consistent, I need to have an idea of what I'm doing with my trading ahead of time. And if I'm able to do that, then I'm much more likely to produce profitable results. What should I be doing when there are wild swings in the market? This is one of the things that can throw a lot of traders off, is when the markets go through big gyrations. Many times the trading plan goes out the window and we start to respond and react emotionally instead. Not a good thing, needless to say. If I've got both wins and losses in my trading, how can I tell if I'm actually making any progress? And this is an important factor here as well, and it really boils down to that ability to follow a plan on a consistent basis. Can I make money from trading without being glued to the computer screen all day? This is a core question as well that we answer in this new program. And then I added this question here: how can I learn to follow my own rules when it comes to trading? And we set up rules, we give ourselves expectations. Most of us do this around New Year's Day when we set New Year's resolutions. I've got these rules about what I'm going to eat and how much exercise I'm going to get and what I will do and not do, and the people I'm going to be nice to. And then before I know it, I've started to break my own rules. And so this is one of those big consistency questions. So in a nutshell, then, Project Regulus here, as we are describing it and kind of mapping out this new endeavor, it's designed to provide all four of these key ingredients that are essential to your success. First of all, that perspective that you need in order to know what to do and when to do it and how it all fits together for your own personal financial benefit. It's designed to give you the specific know-how, the training in the tools and techniques that will be most profitable for you in your trading experiences, and then thereby, of course, to give you an enhanced sense of certainty. And a part of certainty is the money management question. It's so important to all of us. And then finally, we've designed this program in a way to address this core question of consistency. This is one of the biggest challenges that I found a lot of students of astro trading face. It's like they'll pursue something for a few weeks, a few months, and then they'll get diverted with other tasks and come back to it and think about trading instead of actually trading. And so we need to be able to address this question of how do we stay consistent and how do we remain accountable to ourselves. So in order to do that, what we're looking at with Project Regulus here is that we're going to include three key components. Advanced levels of instruction. Obviously, we need to be able to convey the information that you need in order to succeed. Regular mentoring, and there's a follow-up dynamic in this that gives you a lot of extra guidance with this program. And then face-to-face interaction is a part of this as well. So let's talk about each of those and how we propose to put that into this brand new project that we're looking at here, Project Regulus. With advanced instruction, what we're looking at with this program is, I'm saying, a minimum of 6 training modules. Now, when I say a minimum, at this point, we've mapped out 6 modules that will be there. We may add more to that. Might be 7, 8, 9, 10, however many, but we will include as many as we need to make sure that the core information gets communicated. Now, each module consists of multiple video segments. There'll be downloadable audio files as well, and then we'll also have printable handouts, PDF files, and whatnot that you can use to supplement those modules. We've used this approach before in some of our other programs, have found it to be very, very rewarding when we combine the video with the audio with the handouts to reinforce things. Now, what we're doing, instead of having all the modules coming out at once, this is a tremendous amount of information we're including in this program with the instruction. We anticipate releasing these at intervals of about 5 to 6 weeks each. This will give us time to prepare and refine the modules and make sure that we have all the pieces in place for you. And it will also help you pace the program for yourself so that you can assimilate it at a more reasonable pace. A lot of people get overwhelmed if they get too much information too fast. So the plan here is to release modules at 5 to 6 week intervals. And of course, all the modules are stored online so that you can go back and review them as often as you want to. With a repeated viewing, then you can assimilate the information and take the time you need to do that. So even if a new module has been released, you can still go back and look at the previous ones and so forth. So each module will highlight some of the specific strategies for analysis of the markets using astrology, for trading and putting your trading activities into the appropriate perspectives. And also, of course, we're dealing with timing tools as well. When can we anticipate trend changes? How do we deal with harmonics and so forth? Now, each one of these modules is basically equivalent to a complete training program. And we have marketed training programs of this sort in the past, from anywhere from about the $1,500 price point up to $2,500. So, you know, just to kind of put this in perspective, this is not a one-course kind of project that we're looking at here, but really trying to provide more in-depth, ongoing instruction for you that will give you a real clear advantage here. So here are some of the topics that we've already nailed down for some of the modules that we'll be developing here for this program. How to tell when a trend will turn. Obviously, this is one of those core questions that comes up again and again, and we can talk about how to apply the astrological tools to that kind of market analysis. Experiencing the power of the law of attraction. This is a fascinating topic that applies at a lot of levels, and we'll have a lot to say about that as well. How to avoid losing money in the markets is one of the key concerns that many, many people have. and that whole strategy of integrating astrological dynamics into effective money management is what will be addressed with that module. Evaluating hot trading tips astrologically. All of us get the news, whether it's looking at CNBC or having a cousin who gives us a hot tip about the stock he's heard about. And the question is, how do we respond to that? How do we do that kind of evaluation from an astrological perspective? So we'll have a lot of fun with that module, and it's extremely, extremely useful information there. Matching planets to the markets that you're trading is one of the critical pieces. A lot of people make this mistake of trying to apply the wrong planets to specific markets and then base their analysis on planetary cycles that don't really coincide with the markets that they're trading or the time frames that they're trading, for that matter. So these are some of the kinds of things that we'll be looking at here with the advanced instruction included in this new program, Project Regulus. Now, the mentoring that I mentioned is very, very important here. We're going to have regular conference calls that are designed to provide extra help for you as you participate in this program. And we'll do these twice a month at approximately 2-week intervals, so that we're not overburdening the schedule. There's a chance to work with information, to have take some trades, to assimilate what's going on, and still have that regular follow-up. Each call that we conduct will last as long as necessary. In other words, we'll stay on the phone as long as it takes to make sure that we get all the questions answered and all the concerns addressed that are expressed during that call. So that's a very, very important consideration. These are times that will be open to you. Now, the Project Regulus members will actually get the most from being on the calls live and having that interaction. Obviously, if you can express your questions and get the nuance in and get the feedback immediately, it makes a huge, huge difference. But we do want to point out that we will be recording the calls and we'll archive them all online for future reference so that you can go back, listen again if you were on the call live, or if you missed a call, you can hear it that way as well. Now, the one-on-one calls, if we were doing these one-on-ones instead of on a group basis, again, this is typically priced at the basis of $1,500 an hour for the calls. But what we're doing here, these are group mentoring calls. Now, that means we can make it a little bit more affordable, or a lot more affordable than charging $1,500 for every call. But what we want to point out here is that even though there's a group on the call, there's no limit to the amount of individual attention that you can get on each and every call. If you've got questions that need to be answered, all you have to do is ask them. We will take the time on the call to make sure that you get what you need there. So it's really tantamount to having one-on-one sessions and having that level of mentoring and feedback with that. The mentoring calls are designed to increase your accountability. And this is what we mean by the consistency factor. This is the key thing that we have in place here to ensure that there is consistency that you're applying with this program. And the more that you are able to focus on what you're doing and to reflect on it, then the greater success you'll experience. Now, during these calls, we can discuss the material from the course and ask questions about that. If there's any need for clarification with these instructional modules, the training modules, we can certainly dig into that more deeply. We can also use the calls to discuss the current conditions in the markets. If there are any particular news items or market shifts that you're concerned with, we can certainly add those to the mix as well. And then participants can also use these calls to discuss your individual trading plans. And if you've got specific challenges with your trading, we bring those up during the calls. This is what they're designed for, to give you the personal help that you deserve. Now, any topic relative to astrology or the markets, trading, anything is fair game for the calls. We probably will rule out talking about the score from the ball game last night, or swapping recipes, but beyond that, we can spend as much time as we need with these mentoring calls on a regular basis to make sure that you get the support you need at that level. Now, we mentioned the third component here, which is face-to-face interaction. What we're planning to do is invite all of our Project Regulus members to attend our first Heart of the Lion Astro Trading Symposium. We're calling this the Heart of the Lion with reference to the star Regulus and connecting with it at that level there. We plan to do this sometime in the summer of 2016. We don't have the exact time and location locked in yet, but of course we'll be communicating that with you. And what we'll do is make sure that if you're a member of Project Regulus, that you get to attend for free. Now, this symposium will be an opportunity for you to get the latest knowledge and the most up-to-date techniques that we're using with astro trading. We'll have some formal presentations there. It's also a chance for you to meet other astro traders and to learn from them. Sometimes the greatest things that happen at symposia and conferences is are the meetings in the halls or at the lunch table or in the restroom. This is oftentimes where the significant connections take place. And of course, there'll be opportunities there to explore the latest opportunities in financial astrology. We'll be continuing to advance new programs and have things available at that point. We may be able to bring in some software vendors and talk about programs there as well. And of course, this is your opportunity to connect with the cutting edge trends in astro trading and some of the cutting edge people as well. I think it'll be a great time to share with each other. We will open this event up to the public once we lock in the date and begin to publicize it. At this point, we anticipate the rate will be $995. We may come in slightly above or below that and may have an early bird special or something, but around that price point for the symposium. But of course, if you're a member of Project Regulus, you get the registration absolutely free. So that's one of the things we want you to be aware of here. That's why we intend to do that. So from start to finish, Project Regulus is designed to provide a lot of value for you. And this is really what I've been working on here over the last few weeks, trying to formulate something that will really act in a very, very solid way to give you reliable results and to make sure that you get the results that you deserve from your engagement in the markets. So what this is designed to do is give you more personal financial power, more confidence in your activities in the markets, give you advanced knowledge and training, obviously, give you that personal success accountability, that level of looking at your own progress and seeing how well you measure up to reaching the results that you're actually after. And of course, we'll include lots of astrological understanding. You can anticipate enriching your knowledge of astrology and the workings of the planetary cycles enormously through this program. The aim here, of course, is to generate higher profits for you if you're engaged in trading actively, and to reduce the exposure to losses and to risk as well. To give you a clearer path to your own financial independence is one of the core things that we're after here. And obviously, this is also an opportunity for personal growth as well. This is one of the concerns that we have here. But you not only profit financially, but at a personal growth level as well. That's one of the things that we're after here. Now, when we talk about enormous value, these 6 training modules included with this program, as we say, you know, these are the kinds of things we've done before, from between $1,500 and $2,500. At $1,497 each, 6 modules would be valued at $8,982. The mentoring calls, if you were doing the one-on-one and we were charging the full rate there, that would be $36,000 worth of mentoring calls. 24 calls, by the way. This is a 1-year program here that will give you all of these results. And then the registration for the symposium, another $995. If we add it all up, it's $45,977 in actual value in terms of the dollars and cents involved. And of course, what we're looking for is more intrinsic value beyond that. Now, even though this Project Regulus that we're getting ready to launch in June is going to be a lot bigger and more innovative than anything we've ever been able to offer before, I want you to know that my personal commitment here is in being able to help individuals succeed with astro trading. And this is what I really value the most, is the strength and the payoff of the personal connections. And because that's the case here, what we're looking at with this program, we really don't want to scare anybody off from this with a $46,000 price tag, even though when we add up all these components and evaluate them in terms of the the prices involved. It'd be close to that amount. So you can forget that right off. We're not going to ask anybody to fork over $46,000 for the Project Regulus program as we get it off the ground in June. So when we launch Project Regulus, and the launch date for this will be June 16th, our plan is to make it available at a discount of approximately 90%, just a little bit shy of a 90% discount from that price point of, just shy of $46,000. Obviously, we want to keep it much more conservative there. So when we launch this program in June, we're going to have two payment options available. The first will be to make one payment of $4,997. We'll get the entire program with all of the training modules and all the mentoring calls and all the follow-up and the registration for the event afterwards. And then option number two, if making payments is more preferable, we can arrange for 6 payments of $897 each over a 6-month period for the program. So that can stagger things out a bit there. Of course, there's a little bit of a premium you could pay, a couple $100 extra with that payment program. But those would be the options that we'll have available when we launch this in June. Now we're opening the doors for Project Regulus on June 16th. But between now and then, between now and the 16th of June, there's also an extra opportunity available for 25 individuals that we want to bring to your attention here while we still have a few minutes together left today. You can join the program now before we actually launch it on June 16th. And if you join now, you have an opportunity to become a charter member of Project Regulus. Now, this is more than getting to the first of the line and getting a fancy title with it. As a charter member, you will enjoy all the regular benefits of the brand new Project Regulus program. That's the 6 or more training modules that we mentioned. The 24 mentoring calls will be included in that as well, obviously, and the free symposium registration. And then in addition to that, you will get a 1-year subscription to the Financial Cycles weekly newsletter. That's a $499 value. So you get a bonus 1-year subscription, absolutely free, to the weekly newsletter, which includes the stocks to watch. So this gives you some additional information to work with on a week-to-week basis. And that's not all. We're actually going to go a little farther than that with this for the charter members in this program, because we want to weight things very heavily to encourage you to join here. As a charter member of Project Regulus, in addition to getting this newsletter that lists the stocks to watch, you'll also get a full year of free Gold Plus Elite membership at FinancialCyclesWeekly.com. Now, what this does is not only provide you with a weekly newsletter via email, but you also get full access to all of the resources on the website. You'll get weekly trading charts for each of the stocks to watch. And then, of course, we have our weekly trading strategy conference calls with our Gold Plus Elite members. You'll get to participate in those as well to talk about the specific trading strategies that we're looking at. When we talk about these stocks that we're evaluating for the coming week, we discuss what they are. We talk about where we will set our initial stop loss levels, what specific days we will enter a trade, what we're observing in terms of the planetary harmonics, and so forth. So these are very informative calls that we have with our Gold Plus Elite members. You'll get a full year of membership as a Gold Plus Elite member as well. And of course, this is a $3,084 value, based on the $257 a month prorated there. And so it is yours absolutely free if you decide to join us as a charter member in Project Regulus. So this is what we're looking at. Oh, and there's even more to mention that also here. We do have one other thing that we'd like to involve our charter members in. As a charter member of Project Regulus, you also will have a seat as an advisory member on our exclusive Project Regulus Curriculum Council. Now, we're not opening this up to anyone who's a regular member. It's only available to the charter members. And as I say, we're limiting this to 25 individuals here. But the Curriculum Council is designed to help us work out what we need to add with these additional training modules. So we want to get your input, your feedback in that. And for those who are willing to join us at the beginning here as charter members, then we're offering this opportunity to be a part of the Curriculum Council. Now, as a charter member and as an advisory member on the Curriculum Council, we're going to be calling on you to help us plan these future modules for Project Regulus, and so you'll have a key role in the ongoing development of this program. And this council will be deciding whether we need to extend the 6 modules to 12 modules or whatever. So as a charter member, of course, you get essentially lifetime membership in the program, and so whatever new modules are added, you get at no additional cost. So this is going to be in the hands of this Curriculum Council, and you'll get to be a part of that, and we really, really look forward to your participation in that part of the program. Now, there is just one catch. If you want to become a charter member in Project Regulus, and we want to be very upfront about that, because there are only 25 charter member spots available with this program. We anticipate getting a lot of people signed up for this new program because of its comprehensive nature and because it offers such extraordinary value for a good price equivalent there. Pardon me. But with these 25 slots available, you have to keep in mind we're going to be opening the doors for Project Regulus on the 16th of June. But next week, which will be during the closing days here in the month of April, I'm going to be contacting all of our email subscribers here at Financial Cycles Weekly. We've got about 6,000 of them on our various email lists, and we're going to let them all know about this charter membership program. We're going to make it available to those who want to sign up early for Project Regulus on that basis. And when we do this, we'll also be telling them they can become charter members and do so not for the regular membership price of $4,997, but for just $19.97. And we'll offer these slots for charter members at $1,997 each, as long as there's slots available. When we run out of the 25s, then this offer will die immediately. So based on this, then, I expect those 25 charter membership spots to be going very, very quickly. We expect that will fill up fast, and that's exactly what my goal is here. We want to get active people involved in this program as we get ready to launch it, so that we can get greater refinement with what we're doing and get a tremendous amount of energy as we get this program off the ground on June 16th. So that offer of the charter membership for $19.97, and that'll be made available to the public next week. But because you've taken the time to join me here today, and I see a number of you are hung in here through the whole duration. I appreciate you spending this time with me here today for this special session. We're also making this charter membership offer at this discount price available to you right now. So kind of to put you at the front of the line here as well. Now remember that with the Project Regulus charter membership program, we're going to have the 6 or more training modules, which is a value of $8,982. The 24 mentoring calls, $36,000 value. The symposium registration, a $995 value. The 1-year newsletter subscription, which is $499, and the 1-year Gold Plus Elite membership program, a little over $3,000 there, and an advisory seat on the Curriculum Council. We're labeling that as priceless because it is certainly something that's not available for purchase otherwise. And we do have the 25 spots available at $19.97. So I want to make sure that we get questions answered, and what I'm doing here is not seeing any questions showing up on my screen for some reason. So let me see if I can figure out how to make that happen if there are anybody. Let's see here. But first of all, before we get to the questions, I do want to say that we do have one other offer available here. We're going to add one more bonus to the to the package here. Um, and we pictured here again Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak, because you've shown up in the garage, the equivalent of 1976 with Apple Computer. We want to make sure that you get as much benefit out of this as possible here. And let's see here, what are we doing with these slides? Oh, okay. We're going to offer an extra bonus here right now for those of you who are still with us. And I see there are a few folks that have hung in there, so well, welcome to all of you and encourage your participation. We're going to knock a little bit off this price of $19.97 just as an extra benefit to you. In fact, we can reduce that by $500 today. So for $14.97, if you'd like to sign up for the charter membership program at this point, we will make that available to you. That's only available while we're still on the line with this webinar. So once we shut this down here, then this offer will go away. Now let's see if we can get to here somewhere where we can show you the slide that has the, here we go. And my apologies for this, because this was put together a little bit hastily here before our session today. Obviously, we don't have all of the marketing materials in place yet for this new program. It's going to be a new thing for us, and we are planning to launch on the 16th of June. But in order to connect with this, we do have a truncated email address or web address here. It is bit.ly/1, that's the number 1, DFIR, all caps, lowercase GH. So it's bit.ly/1 DFIR GH, and the G is lowercase, everything else is caps, and that's the letter 1, number 1. So bit.ly/1 DFIR GH. When you go there, it will be a very plain vanilla order page. It obviously has no information on it because this is all a new program, but you are able there to sign up for that. It will have the regular price of $19.97 listed for the cost of the charter membership. If you use the coupon code during your checkout process, then it will take the $500 off that price. If you have any difficulties with that, let me know, and we'll work it out there. Because again, we've been having a little bit of computer funkiness here in the last 24 hours. The coupon code is Apple Garage, all one word, all caps, APPLEGARAGE. And if you put that in the checkout process, it should indicate to you. It won't appear until the very end of the process there, but it'll indicate at that point that you're able to get an additional $500 off. So it'll be $14.97 instead of the $19.97 on that price. Now let's see if I can spot the question panel here. Let's see. See, working. I hope that this little setup here with the webinar arrangement. Someone take it away from this to see the other panel. Let's see here. Okay. I'm seeing a list of attendees. Okay. I'm not finding any questions. I hope you're not asking any, but we'll get through them as soon as we locate them here. Again, my apologies for this because, okay, let's see if coming in over here. There we go. Now let's see if we can address these questions. My apologies. We go through these changes in technology. Sometimes things get a little strange for us here, so we want to accommodate those as we could. Let's see here. All right. Here's a question about my internet's not stable. If I lose you, will be able to download the webinar later. The question here, this was from Penny. Sorry if you had problems with that. See, you're still online according to my screen here. So I hope that it's stabilized enough for you. The answer is no, this is not going to be available afterwards because we are rolling out next week the information with the full price on the membership there. Let's see here. Here's something from Richard. At the point of my training, I'm focusing on risk management, position size management, advanced order, and trade management. So that's your feedback, Richard. That's information that we will be covering in this program. We're going to talk to you individually on that during the mentoring calls if there are specific challenges there as well. Here's something again from Penny saying we're breaking up. I apologize with our internet connections. We've lost internet totally at one point earlier today. So I'm hoping that everything has held up reasonably well through this program here at this point. And here's a question from Dave on who do you follow, just cycles of a quarter or others. Dave, what we do is follow a variety of indicators here. We certainly study McWhorter's theory. We look at cycle work, but we also do a tremendous amount of back testing of individual astrological aspects with the markets. And this is a big part of what we do here at Financial Cycles Weekly. And as a charter member, if you join the program, of course, you'll get all of the information there that we have published on the website and also the weekly newsletter talking about specific cycles that we're looking at. And we have a lot of information available for our members and for this new program as well about these specific dynamics. So yeah, we do work with McWhorter, work with others. Of course, we work with the work of W.D. Gann, and a lot of it, and Jensen is another one that we've studied, and of course George Bayer as well. So there are a lot of pioneers in astro trading whose work that we follow, but we're not promoting any one of those approaches. Rather, it is more about trying to get the results here. Let's see here, other questions that are coming in. Sometimes they're from Dawn saying, I can't hear you. Sorry, Dawn, if the audio was not up to snuff. I hope that got corrected there at that point. And it looks like Dawn has left us here, so okay. So if you are now still on the line, we do want to say that we have this available. If you'd like to join us with the goal, with the charter member program, we do have some openings available here. So we want to thank Dave for joining us. Appreciate that. Let's see, anybody else plugged in here at this point? Okay. Let me see if I can refresh the screen with the picture here of the URL there. Okay. And my apologies for not getting the questions in front of me. That was really one of the aims of doing this, that we're trying to get these questions more visible using this method. But obviously, we can tweak this by the next time we do a webinar this way. So, do want to thank you for taking time to join us here today. And if you do have questions, we'll be glad to take those at this point and deal with those. I've got right at 6:01 p.m. We're going to leave this online here for another couple of minutes in case there are other questions that come in. And then we'll also take a look at making this offer available here as well. Okay, so let's see. Trying to put all the pieces together here. Okay. All right. So if you have any questions, I see Crystal's still with us here, according to the screen, and Ivy and Mary, are you there? If so, we'd be glad to deal with any other concerns that you've got as we wrap things up here. Looks like the question is just coming in. Let's see if we can find it. This is from Mary, from April 27th to 30th. Do you see a sharp down period? I'm assuming you're asking about the equities market or the stock market there, Mary, and the answer would be yes. We do see a little bit of a pullback here at the end of the month as we wrap things up. Of course, that does not apply to all markets uniformly, so we want to be sure that we deal with that accordingly. And again, this is one of the things that we deal with on a regular basis with our newsletter program. You know, depending on where you are in your individual trading activity, you may find that valuable or not. If you are actively trading, then certainly we have the tools for you there. If you are considering trading and are not actively engaged yet, then we highly recommend that you join our program on how to find the money in your horoscope, because this is a course that's designed to help you evaluate the financial resources that you have within yourself in order to get the maximum results there. So this is what we would suggest you take a look at there. Does that answer your question, Mary? I'm not sure. Let's see. A little bit of a lag time here between the questions appearing and then showing up. But again, our aim here is to be able to use this technology here to try to be a little bit more interactive if we can. So we encourage you to consider joining us here for Project Regulus. If we okay, I'm trying to, pardon me, I'm looking at questions that have come in here. Okay. So here's a question about the mentoring calls. We'll be doing those every other week with this new program. So we'll have those approximately every 2 weeks, and they'll be during the course of the year, 26 of those, or 24 of those, 2 a month, basically. So that you'll get the lots of opportunities for interaction there, one-on-one. Very, very valuable part of the program. Okay. All right, we're going to be shutting things down here in just a moment or two. We do want to leave this link open if you've not had a chance to use that. My apologies for the clunkiness of the connections here, both from the webinar end and with the link to our coupon code here. So use coupon code Apple Garage if you want to connect with a discount on this. And we'll be shutting this down. We're going to leave this coupon code active here until 6:30. And let's see. Still coming in. Okay, and for Mary, one more time. How do you find the money in your chart, and does it change? And the answer, so the first question is that we have the full program on how to find the money in your horoscope, I will give you a call, Mary, after we finish things up here to see if we can give you some more information about that program rather than taking all of our time here. I see that we've got a couple of participants on this call that have already taken the How to Find the Money in Your Horoscope program. But I would suggest that you look at that, because what we do is look at a variety of factors in the natal chart. And the question is, does the money change? And the answer is absolutely yes. And in fact, that's a part of our program on how to find the money in your horoscope as well, that we have that dynamic of when things move and impact the natal chart. One of the portions of that course is on how to identify when the ship will come in, or when the money will change in terms of the individual's life, and that's a key part of that program. So what I would suggest here is that maybe that might be more appropriate for you rather than the full program that we're looking at here, with a heavier emphasis on trading. So appreciate you taking a look at this. Of course, we'd be glad to have you sign up for both. I think you get tremendous benefit there, but maybe better to get started with the How to Find the Money in the Horoscope program first, to get yourself a little bit more grounded in that to begin with. Okay. Let's see. Checking to see other questions have come in here. Glad to get all of your questions and participation with that. Let's see. Okay. Well, let's see. Okay, well, we're going to close things down here in a moment. It's now about 10 after 6. We're going to leave the coupon code up until 6:30. That's about 20 minutes from now, Eastern time, so that if you're still trying to decide whether to use that, jot down this email address, bit.ly/1DFIR, lowercase g, capital H, and then the coupon code to use is Apple Garage. That will get you additional discount on the program as we started. And Mary, I will be connecting with you here in about 30 minutes, giving you a call if you're available then. And if not, then shoot me an email and we'll plan a time tomorrow when we can talk, if that would work for you. Either way, I'd be glad to connect with you. Okay, thank you all again for joining us here today and for participating in this experiment with the new webinar technology. Let's see, there's any more questions coming in. Okay, I'm getting somebody here. Problem here with the link. Okay. Okay, if anyone else has been having a problem with this link, let's see. I will find another one and send it back to you here. Let me see if we can do this way. Okay. There's an opportunity to experiment with the live webinar dynamic here. Okay. Harmonic Search Associates. I'm going to say the link here right quick, and we'll pick this up for everybody. Bear with me here. We'll see if we can get this up and running here. All right. So, all right. So we're going to type in a new web address here. This is what we've tried to shorten with that bit.ly code. Okay, Penny, I hope you can see this here. Try typing this in to your browser, http://harmonicresearchassociates.com/shop, S-H-O-P, /shop, S-H-O-P-E-X-D .ASP equals 171. And I apologize for that confusion with that link. I'm not sure whether we've got a broken connection here or what's exactly going on with it. We'll keep trying. Let's see. Okay. Okay, Penny, I got your email there, and we'll see if we can forward that link to you as well. See if we can get you connected. Apologies for this glitch in that system. Okay, I'm going to leave the line open here as I reply to these emails that have come in with more questions. If you have questions, we will stay on the line until we get them all answered. Mm. Oh, come on. Come on now. Jesus Christ, come on. Let's send that email. Oh boy, what the hell? Hmm. Okay. You must have arrived. Help. Okay, we're going to sign off with the webinar at this point, and we'll communicate with you individually if you're having problems here. Hope we can get those resolved. Thanks. Okay, come on, this is. Come on. Jesus Christ, what are we doing, guys? What is this? No, 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 stop. Jesus Christ, why is this? Hmm. Now, can I do this or not?